What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So Bushiroad just had their Japanese conference where they announced lots of information about trading card games, obviously Weiss Schwarz being one of them. So there was lots of info here, some new sets confirmed and revealed in this conference, but also this news here, which is really big. So all of the information is posted on their Twitter page. Obviously you can open that and click translate, and this is the news here. So we've got an image of these two cards, and you may have spotted it on the screen already if we scroll up a little bit. So here's the translation. Laid Back Camp Season 3 ReZero Volume 3 includes a new rarity AGR. We've got Autograph Rare. So Autograph Rare is a rarity exclusive to Autograph cards? I can't even say it. Autograph cards or exchange tickets for autograph cards. Which one is included will vary depending on the product. So essentially, you know, pen signed cards, right? We're getting pen signed cards in Japanese Weiss Schwarz coming for these two sets. As this part mentioned here, this is actually something that Union Arena did. So a few sets you'd get like a dummy card that you'd redeem, send off, and then actually get the autograph card sent back. That happened for a few sets, but I think going forward that hasn't happened for a while, and those pen signed cards are literally in the set. So it seems like they're doing something similar, where some sets you might just be able to pull that pen signed card, and other sets you might have to send off for it. The only thing I don't particularly like about that is I've heard a lot of issues with sort of Bushiroad and people trying to redeem and get sort of prize or participation cards that sort of didn't get printed in time, and then you had to redeem them and things like that. So I've heard a lot of stories in the past where people just spend months and months waiting for these cards to show up, and I know the communication's really poor as well, and then randomly it will just turn up and they get the card. So I guess the only thing that I'm not too keen on is the fact that, you know, they're looking to do that and exchange tickets for the autograph cards in some cases. Obviously, as I said, it's not for every set, it will vary depending on product. So yeah, obviously not the best, but I mean, we're getting signed cards, right? This is absolutely huge news. Not only that, I mean, ReZero Volume 3, we're getting signed autograph cards in ReZero Volume 3 for Japanese. Obviously, you know, none of this is confirmed for English. We've got no idea if it's even going to happen for English. We've got no idea if Union Arena pen signed cards are even going to happen for English, right? So who knows when it comes to that, but obviously still some massive news. Now, if we just quickly head on over and just go through what sets were announced, because we had some really big sets announced as well. So we had some idle sets, My Go, not necessarily sets that I'm particularly interested in, but obviously there were quite a few idle sets announced. But I think some of the main ones, some of the main sets that were announced, in my opinion, were things like this. So we've got Gun Gale Online Volume 2, so sort of like a new, well, Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online set. We've got Dandadan, so that's absolutely massive, is airing I think next month, and there's been a lot of hype, a lot of anticipation around this anime coming out. So yeah, definitely one to look out for, because, you know, it's probably going to be quite a mainstream popular anime show, I would expect. There's also Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, so a new Fairy Tail set. So, you know, obviously we had a Fairy Tail set quite some time ago, so maybe potential reprints possibly for the older set. We won't know until more time passes. We've got Oshi no Ko Volume 2 was announced as well, so that was a really big surprise. What else did we have? We got Nikkei Volume 2 as well, so they're doing a follow-up on Nikkei, you know, in my opinion, one of the most popular sets from last year. Yeah, so some really big announcements, and then yeah, that was some I think some title cup sort of like prize cards and things like that. But yeah, I mean, overall, like some massive news, right? Got a couple of like card reveals here as well. So yeah, I mean, both of those sets are getting the pen signed autograph cards. You know, they've said autograph cards. It hasn't necessarily specified pen signed. Obviously, it's a rough translation. You know, when they talk about signatures, they normally say signatures. So Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's a new rarity, so the assumption is quite clearly it would be an insane surprise if it actually wasn't pen signed or something like that. But the fact that you redeem them, yeah, highly likely. So yeah, a couple of card reveals there, triple rares, SECs. But yeah, I mean, overall, like in terms of news and announcements, it's pretty big, a pretty big announcement for both the sets being announced and the new rarity of autograph signed cards that we're getting to these two sets here. Now, although it is amazing to see this, and they are quite clearly learning and picking up from Union Arena, which is good to see. Obviously, they are actually making some positive changes in terms of collectability. There is part of me that is like, this is amazing, this is great. Obviously, there's no mention of serialized autograph cards. You know, Union Arena have them, and they're typically serialized and pen signed, right? So we don't know, you know, that could still be the case, it might not, we won't know until we get some more information. But at the same time, there's part of me that's like, wishes they could have just done this without that push of Union Arena coming out and doing it and taking it to another level. I wish Bushiroad and Weiss Schwarz could have just taken this to the next level without that, and just innovated and just looked at making it better and making improvements and doing that on their own, right? And just taking it to these new levels without another TCG coming along and doing it first. Because this does kind of feel like that meme where it's like hey, can I copy your homework? And it's like, yeah, sure, just change it a little bit, and then it's literally identical. Like, it does just genuinely feel like, oh, Union Arena doing these things that, you know, people are excited about. They're getting the actual voice actors to sign them. Let's just do the same thing. Like, obviously, I definitely welcome it as a collector. You know, if you want ReZero card with the autograph of the voice actor on them, like within a set that you can pull, you're only going to be able to get it here. Like, you don't have a ReZero Union Arena set. So it is fantastic from that side of things. But at the same time, like, I feel like it comes from a place of love and frustration that I just want them to do better without them being forced to do better. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want them to improve things and just make things as best, and just constantly take it further and further without just being forced to do it. Or yeah, I don't know, it's a weird one, but obviously I'm super happy that we're getting this, and you know, it's going to make new sets, and I guess new sets being announced and things like that much more exciting. And it will be really interesting to see, like, if we get any of this kind of treatment for English releases. I guess time will tell. We will see what happens. But yeah, there's the news from the conference. It literally, I think, finished. The conference literally finished like 2 hours ago. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.